I got Dawit on, who's a phone flipper out in Canberra, and before joining my mentorship, he only ever made 2 to 4K profit because he thought his market was too small and that all the things that are shown here are literally too good to be true. We had a call in March, and he still didn't believe that it would actually work out for him. And then he joined 49 days ago, and now he's made around $13,000 in profit, all just from the ads. Honestly, very, very happy for him because he really put in the work. And the best thing as well is he hasn't even started Google ads yet. So honestly, I think the sky's the limit for him as well. I honestly think within the next 1 to 2 months, he should be anywhere around like 15 to 20K a month consistently. But it's probably best if you guys just take a look at the interview. Okay, bro. What's good? Happy to have you here on my channel as well. I think it's best for everyone else if you just kind of introduce yourself. So, like, what city you're from, um, everything like that.
So my name is Dawit. I'm from Canberra, and I've been flipping phones for about a year and a half now.
Yeah. Well, what kind of got you into phone flipping?
Well, like I've always just been, doing stuff on the, Facebook Marketplace. You see what's online, reselling this, that, and it just kind of came into my mind one day, like, oh, like I look around, what does everyone have in their hands? Everyone has an iPhone. Everyone has a phone of some sort, and I was just like, if every single person that I know has one of these things, there has to be money to be made from these things. So literally just went on Facebook Marketplace, lost money at the start because I didn't really know what I was doing. But, the proof of concept was there. I can buy something for low, sell it for high, keep the difference.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So how long did you kind of flip phones for? Like a year, you said? 2 years? How long
Yeah,
for?
year and a half.
Okay. And then what was your process there? So pretty much just like marketplace, using scrapers, someone sourcing phones for you. How did that kind of look like?
Yeah, so I started out on my own, buying and selling, didn't really know much. And then I hopped on with somebody else who was, selling, a coaching program at the time for phone flipping. And at the time, it worked. It worked pretty well. Obviously, there were market constraints naturally because of my area using that sort of method, just
Yeah.
because of how, Facebook Marketplace, there's only so many phones, people don't really know what they're doing and all that sort of stuff. So at the time, it kind of worked. And, I made a bit of money and it did all right. But obviously, I wanted more.
Yeah,
And it kind of stagnated over time. So I tried to find something else that worked.
that makes sense. So you were, I suppose, probably then using scrapers and everything. For the ones who don't really understand what that means, so like what kind of is a scraper? Like what did you kind of do to at least improve your sales by a bit at first?
Yeah, so like the scrapers literally just snipe Facebook Marketplace deals as soon as they like get posted. So
Yeah,
before I was just manually checking Marketplace every 10 minutes. Oh, has a deal popped up? Has a deal popped up? Obviously the scraper, I used to get deals before people even knew that they were listed. Like
yeah,
they'd see that it's sold and I'd already got my hands on it. Obviously only so many of those like deals actually come around, and
yeah.
it just wasn't sustainable in the long term. Obviously I still do it, but it wasn't as stable as all of this is, obviously.
That makes sense. Um, and then for like the amount of money you were making during that time, do you have like a rough estimate, like maybe monthly money you made?
So it really just varied, to be honest. Like sometimes, like it was really really slow months, like 2K a month. Sometimes when it got really good, like a really good month would have been like 4K.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And that was pretty much not enough, and that's the reason why you kind of were
yeah.
looking
Like
to
I
get more.
wanted more, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, bro, especially, and you obviously also know this yourself, especially with you, you were always like, you had these limiting beliefs of like, yeah, my market is so small and everything. So
100%.
what kind of led you to believe that at first before joining, where you were like, yo, there are not that many phones here?
Yeah, because I only had one way of getting phones, and I wasn't getting phones through that avenue. So I kind of just one plus one equal two, just kind of the thought process I had. Like
Yeah.
I have this way of getting phones. I'm not getting many phones using this way, so therefore there isn't any phones in this market. The market's the issue was kind of the thought process I had.
Yeah. And I mean, we obviously already talked about this extensively, right? It's
Mm.
just like, just for other people like watching for context and everything, it's like you only see the phones listed on marketplace, and you can
Yeah,
testify like there are hundreds and thousands of phones in your specific market, no matter how small, because that was like a big concern here that the market is so small, quote unquote, that are literally just not being listed, right? And
yeah,
you just see these phones because there's so many people who don't know the price of their phones or anything, and they don't even think about selling it. Or if they want to sell it, they sell it to like Mobile Guru, Mobile Monsters, some BS websites like this. So you can really capitalize on that. So I kind of just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, sweet. I mean, I already know we had a call in March, so
Mhm.
that was already like quite a while back and everything.
Mhm.
Um, because you were already thinking about joining my program. How did you kind of get in touch with me? Was it also through other resellers, like most of the other guys, or YouTube, or
Yeah, so obviously I was reselling, like I've been reselling for a while, so I had a bit of a network in other states. Like I used to sell to people,
yeah,
and a lot of these people, like I used to sell them phones. And one time I just messaged them. I'm like, "Oh, are you guys looking for phones at the moment?" And they were just like, "Nah, I don't really need your stuff anymore." I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, how come?" And they're like, "Oh, we're
yeah,
all running ads now." I'm like, "Oh, nice." Obviously, didn't know too much about it. I was a little bit skeptical. I didn't really buy any of the, I didn't. I just took everything at face value. I'm like, "Oh, nice," but I was curious from that point on about what
yeah,
is this that they're actually doing.
yeah. And then in March, obviously, we had our call, and
Mm.
you didn't decide to join because you're like, I'm not sure and whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, so what kind of changed from there that actually then made you join, like about 1.5 months back now?
Yeah, probably more than 1.5, probably like 3 months, like the gap between when we had our call and
I mean, you joined like I think 1.5 months ago
oh
ish.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like March is already, I don't know, 5 months ago, 6 months ago
yeah,
almost.
yeah. So obviously in March I was just completely skeptical. Like I just didn't know if this whole entire thing would work. Like I didn't understand the systems and all that sort of stuff, and it didn't really make sense to me. And I was just like, nah, there's no way that other people are doing this. Like this can't be real. It's kind of the thought process
Yeah,
I had. And obviously I waited. I was doing other stuff on the side as well.
like
And
fun setting.
yeah, like it wasn't going, it wasn't ideal for me, but I guess the time just came and I was just like, I'm gonna do it. It just depends. Am I just gonna take the leap of faith almost? It was just the thought process I had. Like it's just like what you could talk about, like the opportunity costs. Like I was just like at this point, I'm gonna invest an amount and whether I lose it or I don't lose it, I don't really care anymore at this point. I've waited long enough and I probably lost more money by
Yeah,
just sitting around and just waiting and waiting and waiting. So
but
I just said, screw it, let's just get started and see where it
100.
goes.
I mean, we'll go over your numbers in a second, anyways. But I mean, uh, you definitely saying it the right way. It's like the opportunity cost of you not like you could have probably, I don't know, within these 5 months could have probably made like, I don't know, 50, 60K more. So it's like you're just leaving money on the table essentially,
Yeah.
and there's like no real reason for it.
Mm.
Um, and then would you say the guarantee also played a factor in your decision that you just kind of felt safer with the decision itself?
Yeah, 100%. The guarantee definitely put like it gave you that peace of mind that like damn this could actually work as well. But I'll say for me personally as well, looking back, I kind of wish the guarantee wasn't there because I would have pushed myself that step
Yeah.
further to try and make it work.
Yeah.
So like the guarantee gives you that peace of mind, and yeah, it's just like you believe in what you do and you know that will get you results.
Yeah, that's sweet. And I mean, I also remember in your case was also a little bit complicated with like current capital and everything, because
Yeah,
obviously I want to make sure every one of my clients has like enough money to even buy the phones. Doesn't make sense if I get paid all the money up front.
yeah,
So with you, we obviously also like you can just like walk them through how we pretty much structured it with like the smaller upfront costs and paid ads and everything.
yeah, 100%. So we just had a smaller upfront cost straight away, and then obviously I started going for about a month or so, and then as we get to the point where I have enough capital to also buy phones, but also pay you what we said
Yeah,
that you were owed. So like it's really flexible, and you can almost get started at any point.
yeah.
It's better to get started and just figure it out rather than trying to get everything straight away. Like don't try to wait for the perfect time to start. Just get started.
100%. Yeah, that's sweet. So, I mean, how did everything look like once you joined, pretty much? Like with the messages and everything, were there things that were, I don't know, too complicated or unclear? Like, how was the process kind of for you on your side, you know?
Yeah, so like obviously everything about the process of messaging, all of it was pretty simple. It just takes practice to try and get it down and just to be consistent.
Yeah,
So it literally was just a matter of repetition. So more and more messages come in, you're gonna get more and more reps. Eventually, it's just second nature. Like you just know what you do straight away, and yeah, it just gets to the point where everything just comes naturally to you.
yeah. And then, like when you say it comes more naturally to you, can you give us like some examples so people don't really know like what you mean by that? Like, I don't know, with the messaging or deductions at meetup spots or whatever it may be.
Yeah. So like obviously with the messaging, there is like a type of messaging that gets more responses and obviously closes more. And at first you might try a specific type of messaging or try something and then it may not get as many. You're gonna be at first like, oh, people aren't responding as much. But then obviously you gotta stick to the script and stick to what you've been taught. And then that kind of increases your conversion rate and gets you more phones, more money.
Exactly. Then obviously like the first week is always the roughest, I'd call it, just because they're like mistakes we kind of need to get out of the way. How was your first week looking like?
Yeah, so it was still rough. Like obviously, like trying to figure out everything, trying to learn the ropes. But
Yeah,
I still made money.
yeah. I think it was like I don't know 1.5 or something, even in the
Yeah,
first week.
like 1.3, 1.4. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
and I mean that was even like obviously with like all the mistakes you kind of need to make, I guess, like quote
Yeah.
unquote, because like if you don't make these mistakes, you'll never know what to do when this situation happens again. So
Mm.
I see it rather as a win, right? It's the same thing like with opportunity cost. Let's just rather focus on making sure that you understand everything, make maybe a little bit less money in the first 1 to 2 weeks, and then really scale once everything's gone there. And obviously now you're making a good chunk more money total, right?
Mm.
So with like day to day work and everything, how was that kind of like between us? Like I don't know when you had questions or something. How was all of that structured? Because obviously we have Notion, WhatsApp.
Mm.
How was that?
So like at first, like it wasn't even me reaching out to you. You were more on my case, trying to make sure that I'm on top of everything.
Yeah,
And obviously, you're gonna get the hang of it eventually, and like let go of the monkey bars, and you're just kind of doing everything by yourself. And then obviously, whenever we need you, we can always just reach out and you get back to us. So that's not too much of a concern. Obviously, at first, you're going to be more in our case than we are going to be asking you questions. Even though everything's pretty clear in Notion already, having
yeah.
someone to kind of push you a little bit is really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, like accountability is like one of the big parts as well, right? It's like if there's someone who always says like, "Yo, we already talked about this. Like, do it this way instead of this way," because like most people they don't see the money they're leaving on the table, right? Because they're so new to it. But now you would probably seconds like you probably say like, "Yo, it's actually better that he told me this instead of just like letting it go." Because bad habits like they evolve quickly, right? And we just want to
Yeah.
make sure like instantly like from the start it all already makes like good sense on how we do it.
Mhm.
Um, okay, then for your city and everything, was there something specific where you were like, oh shit, my city is actually not too small? Because obviously, like your messages started coming in like same day and everything. So
Mhm.
when did that kind of limiting belief break? Was it like a specific week or just the first day or whatever it may be?
Oh, like when it really broke was I think 2, 3 weeks ago when I was just like, just tried to go over the numbers and I was just like, oh, this is actually really possible because in terms of Australia, like I'm in a smaller city compared to like a lot of other people. So I just thought
Yeah,
I'd make less money. I didn't think there was much money here, but when you take a new angle of going at things, there's a lot more than I actually think.
yeah, 100%. Um, okay, yeah, that's very good to hear. For general like day to day, how does that look like now? Obviously, most people they just know marketplace or scrapers or like someone sourcing phones for them. So it's like there's a pickup, you have to go there instantly, and then I don't know like this. Like, what's the difference currently? Because I think what percentage of phones are you getting from ads? Like 90, 95%.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that looking like then?
So like obviously people first of all they reach out to you. You're not actually waiting on someone or anything like that. They just tell you what they have. You quote them, and hopefully they're happy with your quote, and then they usually come by and drop it off to you. Obviously because you have the leverage, you are the one running the ad.
Yeah.
And there are case to cases where you may have to go drive and pick them up, or maybe move a little bit. But most of the time, you're from wherever you are, you kind of dictate where things happen. So it's a lot more convenient for the seller as well.
Exactly. And then for deductions as well, sometimes people say like, yeah, you cannot deduct at the meetup spot because they always have like so many other sellers. Like, what's the difference here as well? Because obviously that's like a good way to get more profit, right?
100%. So even in marketplace days, like I was deducting during marketplace days, but it was just so much harder because obviously people have other offers, like a lot more other offers as well. Like it's not just maybe there's one other competitor. There's like probably 5, 10 other people who probably message for the phone. So
Yeah,
they're a lot more strict, and they, on the deductions. Obviously, they've came to you. They're the ones wanting to get rid of the phone. So you kind of have a lot more leverage with the deductions. And obviously, like, as well, it's not even trying to be a cheap person. Like, if there is a phone that you've quoted a price for and it meets the condition, you give them the price because that's what you offered them. But if
Exactly.
there is something genuinely wrong with the phone as well, like, you have more of a leverage to actually deduct things and actually buy the phone for what it's actually worth rather than overpaying as well.
Exactly. And then for repeats and referrals, do you also something currently do something specific there?
Yeah, so just a referral program as well. So just for every single person that buys a phone, you inform them about your referral program. You're paying a certain amount to every new customer that they bring in for you. Kind of incentivizes them to bring in phones for you, and then they also get paid as well. So it's just a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Yeah. And then obviously you also have your page, Summer from Canberra.
Yeah.
What are you kind of doing on there, and what's the reason why you, for example, posting videos on there? I guess any
Yeah.
reason?
So I've been a bit lazy, but yeah. So we've got invested in the meta glasses as well. So we're posting meetup videos, and not only does it give our page a bit of attention, it kind of just gives the potential seller a bit of peace of mind because they might not know how the whole process works. They might say it's a bit of a scam and all that sort of stuff. But like,
Exactly.
go to the video on the channel, and then you'll see, how the whole process works, how people get paid, who I am as a person as well, so that I'm not like intimidating when they don't like they know what they're coming to, like they know what to expect. So that gives them the peace of mind. So it's been
Exactly.
really helpful. Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely good insight for people not really knowing how it looks like on your day to day. Then for the
Mm.
processes itself, how long do you think it really takes for you to understand everything? Because like in my opinion, it's like as simple as it really does get. Like obviously
Yeah.
we're also not completely finished with the mentorship yet, but
Yeah.
like it's just like it is very, very straightforward on how we do things, right? How
Yeah.
was your kind of yeah, just like feeding with this. What were the things that were too complicated? Like, and you can be totally honest with this, or was it like pretty straightforward? Like,
No,
how,
everything is pretty straightforward. Obviously, I've been reselling before this, so I kind of had like a base knowledge of everything as well. So it kind of made it easier for me.
yeah,
But like, if I was to come in with absolutely no knowledge, like it would not take long at all to pick everything up. So it's pretty straightforward.
yeah. And I mean, I just got like two new clients within the last 2 weeks that never even flipped the phone before, or did like one phone flip before. They're already crushing it as well. So
Mhm.
it's like it's extremely simple, right?
Yeah.
Like anyone can do this. Like I genuinely believe this because this is not, I don't know, you don't have to be intelligent, right? It's just like always
Yeah.
buying, selling, meeting up with the people, posting videos, running ads. So I guess for the people wondering, like you got so many phones and everything, the next biggest issue is obviously like where did you even sell them, right? So
Yeah.
how was your process there instead of like marketplace?
Yeah, so you obviously link us up with some private buyers as well. So people who buy your phones straight away. So obviously you buy the phone, then ship it off, set price, keep the
Yeah.
difference. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah.
Well, why is that important? You kind of feel.
Obviously you can buy phones as well, but if you can't move them at the same rate that you're buying them as well, it's kind of hard to scale a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just they have to match each other's frequency to make it to make sure you can make the most amount of money. So
Yeah.
having that system in place is really helpful.
100%. And then for timing, I guess, I mean, still you're currently obviously like still in uni and everything.
Yeah.
So how is that kind of looking like for you? Are you able to manage it, or is it like maybe a little bit with timing, a little bit too hard? Like how's that looking like?
Nah, like if you at the end of the day, if you want to get something, you got to make time for it. I have a pretty flexible schedule regardless as well, so
Yeah,
I make time for absolutely everything. So you can definitely juggle both, but you'll see the best results if you try and really commit.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Did you? I mean, I think you recently told me about like a crazy day with like 8 phones or something. Uh,
Yeah,
how did that day kind of look like? Because I guess for people usually just go marketplace, maybe 3 phones tops, whatever.
yeah,
So how was that kind of day with like 8 phones?
yeah. It was just everything lined up perfectly that day, obviously. So I had two lined up the night before, and then days just went by. Had a day off, obviously, on that day as well. So I was just chilling, and then a few more people messaged. Then just multiplied really, and
Yeah,
then yeah, I didn't even realize until the end of the day because everything was moving so fast. And I'm like, oh, how many did I actually get today? When I put it into the spreadsheet, I'm like, oh damn, it was 8. And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think they actually told me like a few of them had to reschedule or something. Would have been 12 or something, right? It was a little
yeah.
bit.
It should have been more than that as well. People canceled, people rescheduled. Like obviously that happens, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's very good. So I guess like profit wise, like what are we looking at? I think we started on the 1st of July, I think.
Just start of July
Yeah,
around there.
so like 49 days ago, I guess. Like
Yeah.
what's like total profit and everything?
Yeah. So in July, I was looking at about
Hmm.
7K. And then this month so far, we're at about 5 point something. And
Hmm.
obviously it's still going. Got about 2 weeks left of this month too. So we could be hitting those eight, hopefully.
I think it's eight. Eight is pretty low, bro. That would mean that your last 2 weeks would be lot higher than the next 2 weeks. I think you can hit 10K, bro.
Bruh,
If you already if you had 5.5 at the 19th, like you just gotta
yeah,
push yourself, post a couple
yeah,
more videos, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
100%.
but I mean, like even for you, like the first month, like 7K, that's pretty much like always the average, I'd say. Unless you're like in a big city, then you can also hit 10K, like in the
Straight
first.
away. Yeah.
But I mean, even now, you see like nothing substantial has kind of changed, and you already like make more like these last 2 weeks compared to the first 2 weeks, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like so to get more familiar with the process.
100%.
Um, I get so like total, what was it, like 12, 13K profit in the last
Yeah.
days. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. How like where do you kind of want this to go? Like, I mean, we already obviously like talked about it because we have like
Mhm.
weekly calls and everything.
Yeah.
But like, are you just like, yo, if I get 8K, that's good enough, or do you think like, yo, I gotta take advantage of this like short opportunity? I want to make like 15K, 20K a month. Like, how is there everything looking like?
As high as it can go, man. Like taking it as far as I can get it. Obviously, right now, like to be honest, I don't even know what that number is. I don't want to put a cap on it as well.
Yeah,
But like, whatever the highest number I can do is that's what I'm aiming for.
yeah. And you possibly also obviously were like thinking like maybe in a couple of months, maybe like half a year, whatever, possibly like moving on to Melbourne, obviously because that's like such a great market, right?
100%.
But I mean, like it's very good to see that even like in a small market, which I don't even think is small. Like if it's below 50K, like I'm not working with the people, but I mean, if it's above 50K, I can always guarantee results. Like it's not a small market; it's a small marketplace market, right?
Mm.
That's a different thing there. And like I honestly believe, I mean, currently you're also only doing Meta, you're not even doing Google yet. And I also want to keep sure that you actually have 100% knowledge of Meta before we move even onto other things. And I think
100%.
even just with Meta, you can probably make like 10, 12K a month.
Mm.
And then, yeah, like I would think like even in your market Canberra, you can probably make like up to 20K a month, you know? And that's
Mm.
profit again. Like we're not talking about revenue, like I don't know, 20 phones. Like we're talking about profit, because that's obviously a lot more hectic than like sometimes people think like, oh yeah, I make 7K revenue in a week. Like I don't need to do that in a month. We're talking about profit, boys.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Um, you also kind of want to do something specific with the money, or you're just kind of like saving it up for I don't know bad times or whatever it may be.
Right. We'll see. Might have to get a nice car. Don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta get like a AMG or some shit. You gotta flag,
You
you
guessed
know.
it. I'm on the money. Yeah.
And then obviously something that's very special for you currently as well is like in a couple of weeks, like the 18 is dropping, right?
Yeah.
Um, are you kind of already like mentally preparing for that, or you don't really think too much about it currently? Like, what's your thought process on that? Because just for context, for most people, it's
Mm.
like there will be a shit ton of people like trading in their phones, trying to sell theirs and everything. And
Yeah.
like that's the reason why I kind of want to push this with all of my clients as well. It's like now it's like a good time to remake like 10, 15K a month, just like
100%.
easily.
Yeah. So obviously it's in the back of my mind. I'm not thinking about it too much. Like everything one day at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there. Like I'm gonna go all in.
Yeah. Okay. That's very good. So you have like specific goal for that month possibly, or is that
Sky's the limit. Yeah, we're gonna have
there's
to
a
see.
limit? So
Yeah.
like 100K.
Yeah, we can't put a cap on it, can we?
No, okay,
Yeah.
100K is probably I think everything has to line up for that to happen. Okay, but that's pretty good. Then kind of, I mean, obviously because you were like in such a similar spot, what would you kind of tell like a person who was like, because I still recall, like I already said before, in March we had a call, you were like unsure, you even knew a lot of people that already worked with me, and you were like, nah, this is even too good to be true and everything.
Mm.
What do you think you would have kind of needed in order to really believe it like already in March instead of thinking like, ah, now it's like enough. Like I just need to pull the trigger and do it. You know, like what was kind of missing for you? You think?
There was honestly nothing missing. I got in my own way.
Yeah.
I'll be so like honest. Like, all the proof of concept was there in March. Like people were talking about it, all that sort of stuff, and I got in my own way. I kind of was like, nah, I'm not gonna. I found reasons to not do it, but
Yeah.
I just feel like you just need to just actually back yourself and take the leap of faith almost as well. Like it's going to be more expensive to stay in the same place in 6 months than it is to invest into yourself and try and actually make a change.
Yeah. 100%. 100% agree. And what would you kind of say to, I don't know, Dawit 6 months ago, I guess,
Uh,
who's like thinking about it and like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it. Like I'm not sure. Like someone who's on the fence or you yourself, like what
yeah,
would you have kind of said to that person?
don't just go for it. Like don't hesitate. Is almost don't overthink things too much,
Yeah.
and yeah, just go for it. Like don't get in your own way because it'll be a lot more expensive in 6 months than it is going to be now. And not even in terms of like what the program actually costs, but more the opportunity cost of what you're going to actually lose out on if you don't actually back yourself. Take the opportunity when it's in front of you.
That makes sense. And I mean, obviously, you were in Australia and everything. Also, sometimes
Yeah,
have plans like I don't know, in Europe, in like in the UK, whatever. It's like or like the US, obviously, also a lot. It's like, what do you think is like holding these people back? Because sometimes like, I have people hitting me up and they have the same limiting beliefs you kind of had because that was like a
yeah,
big thing for you, obviously. And I mean, we already
yeah,
talked about it extensively, but it's like it's always thinking like you're the special snowflake, right? Like your
yeah,
city's too small, your country doesn't work, whatever it may be, and like that's the reason why I obviously also do all these interviews, and they're going to be like a lot more coming soon because like every single market works as long as it's like over 50K people, and I guarantee that obviously it's like in my best interest as well. But
yeah.
just from your perspective, if you were, I don't know, from a different country or maybe even in a smaller city, like what do you kind of think they would need to hear to really know like this is legit? Because obviously, I'm not sure if I already did it with you back then, but I'm pretty sure I did. I like show all the pages, show the ad account, show exactly how everything's structured.
Yeah.
So I'm really like obviously I'm also trying to make money. Like I'm not trying to act like I don't know I'm the savior of everything with like yeah
Yeah.
I'll help you and everything. But like what do you think these people need to see?
Well, it's more so there's there's nothing more that they actually need to be honest. Like everything they need to see is there. It's just like it's really just up to them. Like you can sit back and just wait and see, try do it yourself, this or that, or you can just invest into yourself. Like it's really one or the other, to be honest.
Yeah,
And just take that leap of faith.
that's some wise words, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
I don't think I really have anything else anymore. I mean, that was a pretty quick one. Uh,
Mm.
your answers came out like this, bro. But yeah, I appreciate you coming by.
Of course.
I really want to get another testimonial in like 2 to 3 months
Mm.
because like something for you guys to notice was it's like even though he was like always anxious about like specific results and whatever it may be, and you obviously also know that as well, you always put in the work, right? Like from the
100%.
start on, you always said like, "Yo, I need to make this work. I need to make this work." It wasn't like, "Yo, I'm maybe like trying to get this work." Like it was every single day, and that was the reason why I was also like, I was always texting him. I was like on his ass. I said like, "Yo, do this, do that, do that." And even if it took like, even if it maybe took like a couple repetitions, whatever, like he still always implemented. And obviously, sometimes there's something that you may be lacking with. I don't know, videos maybe currently, but like you have done a very good job. So I honestly think like the sky is the limit for you as well. You know,
Yeah,
so I definitely wanna see you hit like 20K months as well.
bro, it's gonna
Is that
happen.
cool? Is that something we can agree on?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
All right, bro. Then I appreciate it. Thank you
Of
very much.
course.
And then have a good one, bro.
You're all the best.
Have a good one, bro. Bye. Yeah, guys, that was the weeds. Like I already said before, the sky's honestly the limit for him, especially as soon as he starts running Google ads as well. This also just showed me that there's so many people like not thinking of the opportunity cost, like you already talked about in the interview as well, where it's like they always only think about the fact that they're going to spend money on a mentorship instead of actually thinking about the opportunity cost of not having a skill that will make them 10 to 15K a month every single month consistently, and that is worth so much more than all the cost that any mentorship would ever be. So if you guys want to see what working together with me on a one-on-one basis, like all the other guys featured on my client interviews as well, is like, then just click the link below. It's a completely free game plan call. I'll walk you exactly how we can scale you to 10K a month as well in under 60 days, and I got a guarantee with that and everything. So if you guys are interested in that, just click the link below, or also hit me up on my Instagram. I'm always happy to answer questions to pretty much whoever has any. So yeah, boys, see you later.